Alright, third attempt on this video. See if I don't knock my phone down or hit the stop button like the last two videos. Okay, I got my chassis rails cut out, the 2mm thick OH35 AL1 carbon drop center chassis. I don't really know what to call it. I'm calling it my V3, version 3, because it's the third carbon fiber chassis I've made. I wanted to, I'll go through some of the details right quick. Starting with the Raptor aluminum chassis has a higher arch in the front than the OH35 AL1 Jeep rails. You can kind of see it in there. And that higher arch is going to give clearance for servo and articulation. That's kind of where I went with that. The rear, I'm wanting to do rear steer on the Bronco that I'm building, and this is going to be, that's why I kind of designed this. This is going to be for my Bronco, which the Bronco I'm going to run 36.5mm tires. The GK24s. I'm going to get another set of those eventually, hopefully. If not, I'll have to find something else. But anyway, yeah, this is supposed to give it more articulation, clearance for the servo, for the rear. I'll be able to lift it up pretty high and still have low center of gravity because the transmission will be dropped down to here. If anybody else uses this design and doesn't want it to have this super low drop, it would be really simple to just cut that flush right there, cut that little V off, and put your transmission in here. That's kind of my thinking with it. You know, if it does, I mean, I could make a mega Jeep with this chassis the way the drop is on it. Just saying, that's something I noticed right off the bat with this design. It does fit too snug in the body right now, the way these little ends are on here. This would have to be cut back here or here in the front, and I did that just temporary. It'll be trimmed to fit whatever body I put on it. I haven't drilled any holes for mounting anything on it yet. The two pieces are still super glued together. That's both pieces are here. I can bend it and get it to show the line in the center. They'll pop apart pretty easy when I'm ready to separate them, but I've got to cross drill the mounting points and everything. But yeah, that's my V3 chassis that I've done. Just finished last night or yesterday, whenever. And for the people that haven't seen it, this is my version 2 chassis that I came up with, which is 1mm thick, very thin. It actually bends a little bit. This is based off, the front is based off of the OH35 AL1 rails. It's pretty much the exact same arch, but I dropped it down lower here, raised it up higher in the back, because this was for my Datsun Sunny 132 scale 3D printed resin body. And the back sets flush with the bottom of the bed, which I've since cut out. But yeah, it worked pretty good on that truck, and I never did really finish the build. So, and it's also got my flat skid plate on there. is a gear in it. So anyway, this would work with the Jeep, but it sits up higher in the body, in the back, and that's why on this one I did this drop right here. This comes down to the body mounting point down here. So this one will work better inside the Jeep body. Almost knocked my phone down again. Oh, I'm not going to make another video. It's one of those days. But yeah, that's version 3 and version 2. I'm going to move the Jeep now because version 1 was not for the Jeep at all. Let me set my truck back together real quick. I scuffed off a little paint right there, messing around with all this stuff. I've got a lot of work to do on this still. Got into other things. The air conditioner's fixed, thanks to my mom. She nailed it. And I got the truck fixed the other day. So this is a slosh resin cast body that I got for like 10 bucks off of eBay, and a lot of paint work done to it. It's a 1970 something, I think, or yeah, it's a 1970 something. I don't remember the exact year. It's like 77. Ford F100, and that is my version 1 chassis, because I want that truck to be a mud truck, not a crawler, even though it will have plenty of crawler articulation. But it's got stiffer springs on it right now. These are actually low C, micro T, and Orlandoo springs combined shocks. This is all adjustable. You can see the little slot. Almost did it. Butterfingers today. Let me move this. Alright, let me get a close up of this. You can see the slot if I angle this just right. There you go. See the slot right here, because this will adjust up and down. You can spin it around the opposite side. The 2 mounting points right there. You can flip these around. Gives lots of different positioning. And that's not really, I mean, it's kind of 50-50 my design and a design that I saw on Google for like a 124 SCX 24, I think it was. And I just kind of went with it, made my own. I split it up here a couple of times, so I mean, it's not perfect, but anyway, front shock mounts, fully adjustable. The holes here were different ideas I was trying to come up with to mount the body to it. It didn't work out. Same with the rear. I did it in the back too. The transmission or motor mount, whatever you want to call it, is the off the wall one. I don't know what this was for. It was in Orlandoo advertising stuff on eBay, and I bought it, and it fits a tiny brushless motor, which I have one. This is for a helicopter though, but it does fit this motor, this pattern. That's an extremely fast motor and won't work in this truck. It basically didn't move when I tried it. And then I fried the ESC afterwards. Anyway, the upper link mounts are here, lower link mounts are here. You can see how they're set up there. Rear shocks are angled forwards. Sorry, my phone did something. And the fronts are straight up and down. But anyway, that's version 1 right there, and it's quite a bit longer than, it's that much longer than the OH35A01. I don't know what other bodies would fit it as far as Orlandoo's, but my 132 scale F100, it'll set up higher than that, but that'll be my mud truck when I'm done with it. And I do plan on going brushless with it. I think I'm going to Furatech the crap out of it. I've already got a Lizard ESC, so that's probably where I'm going to go with this truck, because I don't want to drill out the headlights or nothing. I'm not going to worry about putting no lights in this. And it looks right. It looks right with the big tires on it and stuff. So my other design is not necessarily for any of the specific chassis. It's this right here, and you can see the original aluminum on my F100 or F200, 250, whatever. And it's the same as this and this. It's a center drop to drop the motor lower. You can cut this up higher, like right through here, to remove this excess. It's so simple to, and these are 1 millimeter or half millimeter. They're really, really thin. But getting the things to all line up and everything, just put a couple of drops of super glue between everything and stick them together, and then mark it and cut it out. It's that simple. So anyway, I feel like I'm starting to kind of ramble, and this was I had talked about this on Facebook a little bit. A couple of guys have asked. I don't know what my phone just said to me. I don't care if anybody else uses these designs. I'm not making any money off anything anyway. I mean, if I had the machinery to cut them out and sell them, I would. I did this with a Dremel, cut off wheels, drill bits, and grinding stones and diamond bits. And when I got down to the fine tuning, shaping it, I was just using rat tail files, just little needle size files. This one I used quite a bit, the triangle one. So that's it's mostly done with a Dremel and by hand. I drew it on, I masking taped it, just regular masking tape, and then cut it out after I drew it. I looked at it for a couple of days after I drew it and refined it very little, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So anyway, no more rambling. I'm going to shut up. No, one more thing. I moved my battery on my Duroc to the very front, and you can see it in there. I reversed my motor, my transmission. It's now rearward facing, and what a difference. It's got more front bias on the weight. I can feel the difference. I also took my front tires apart and got the brass weights out of them that I made and touched them up a little bit with a Dremel, and now they are like solid bead locks. They are in there, and they're not digging into the tire. They are almost perfectly seated on the wheels. So yeah, And I also dropped the front down just a little by changing the position of my front shocks. So yeah, major difference in the performance and handling of my Duroc. I'll charge it up, and it's been so hot outside I've not been wanting to go out and drive this around on the rocks or anything. I haven't done anything outside hardly this summer. But anyway, I'll get a video up of it soon, maybe, I guess, because that and my tow truck's the only ones running out of my whole collection. So yeah, none of those are running, but that one does, and that one. So anyway, just thought I'd show that. I desk crawled that on my desk crawled my Duroc on my mess of a desk the other day for a little while. Drained the battery down, charged it, drained it down again, drove it around in my floor for a little bit, made sure everything was working good, and it's great. The steering's fine. I really think dropping the front down made a difference. So I feel like it climbs up better than it did before, which, I mean, these things, they're not like the competition SEX 24s and SEX 10s and everything. This is a whole different ball game. It's all fun though. So anyway, we'll run it up on it's over 17 minutes. I'm going to shut up. I appreciate your views, comments, likes, subscribe, shares, all of it. If I'm doing anything that you like, let me know. Let me hear about it. If you see anything that you think I can change, well, let me know. If you're interested in maybe getting something like this from me, let me know about that, and we can discuss it on Facebook or in the comments if you choose, or in email. My email's on my YouTube channel. But yeah, I'd kind of like to be able to make some money because I'm running out of parts to finish anything. So I've got ideas and designs and stuff and more in my head that I haven't got the time or the money to get out, really, so to speak. I don't really know. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna shut up. I've said that over and over. Bye bye.